What do you want to hear from a man?
Oh, my God. You said a lot of things you shouldn't
You have 30
say.
seconds.
Okay. Which you're going to have. I like the approach that you said. Let's start working out together. I like that, whether it's join a club together.
But what is her reaction? Why do you want to work out
Let's get
together?
healthy.
What do you mean, let's get healthy? I'm not healthy? I'm fat? What are you calling me, fat?
I'm not calling you fat.
What do you mean? Then why did you bring it up?
Honey, I'm not calling you fat. What I'm telling you is I think if we could really benefit
What do you mean we? Why would you say we?
Together. You know what? I'll tell you what.
You know where I'm going with this, Laura.
I'm bantering with you to say.
But you know where I'm going with
I know
this.
exactly.
Girls
and you know
do
what?
that.
Well, you know what? It's either going to receive it or not. You go off, you start working out. Because I have dealt with this before where one partner wants to get healthy, the other one doesn't.
Mm-hmm. What do you do?
Well, you leave them in the dust. You go and you get healthy, and they can go and sit home and eat half a dozen donuts.
So there we come back to the beginning of the show.
And what do we do?
You don't have sex in the relationship. What
Right.
happens? People often stray. They wind up having more stress in the relationship. How do you handle it? And I don't know that there's an answer.
Well, are we going on a break?
No, go ahead. I want you to go longer.
Because you know what? When people start to stray, there are a variety of reasons for that. But if you have a healthy relationship and then somebody's self-esteem is suffering and they're looking for something outside the relationship, right? So you've got these two individuals that becomes very sad. They grow apart and they're not being intimate anymore. And if they decide to start, waking up a little bit individually, then they can come together again. So the female, for example, you need to look at. How's your sex drive? Is it low? What can you do? Well, you just go ahead and start working out. Start taking care of yourself. It is important to take care of yourself. And you start feeling better. Start reading books that are good for you. Start listening to motivational things. Get out and improve your freaking life, because when you improve your life, you will improve your relationships. Stop blaming other people if that happens. Now, I'm not saying
I love that, Laura. But in theory, that's it.
And what makes me sad, George, as a female, when I hear about the deterioration of relationships and how men are like, man, my wife's not taking care of herself and I don't know what to do and whatever. And that's my deal, you see, really. My deal is motivating a lot of women to just come on, wake up and make your life better. Because I love men, I'd like to have great relationships with men and women. That should happen. That's a fabulous thing. Or whoever your partner is, we need to have this wonderful chemistry that's happening. If somebody has low self-esteem,
you don't just say, I'm going to wake up and change my life today. There's something that's much more deep that's involved.
There's a decision that happens.
It's a decision and commitment, but if you're not exposed to the tools. I went to therapy for 3 years, many years ago, and it changed my life because I wanted to change.
Yeah.
I wasn't attracting the people and the circumstances in my life that I outwardly said I wanted. So I had to change. So now, while on this show I sound like an ass to most women, what you may not know, and I shared it with you earlier, that is some of the things I said were some of the emails that were sent to me about what guys think and how they feel.
Yeah.
I just happened to bring it across as if it were my opinion. Some of it was really my opinion.
Okay, I'm going to pose something to guys listening right now. If you're having trouble getting sex from your girl, try one of these things. How about this?
Bring it up next. We'll bring it up next.
So
Laura Lewis is saying, try one of these things. If you can't get sex from your girl, she thinks she has the answer. What is it? Find out next. 746 Sports Radio 1310 The Ticket. 753 Sports Radio 1310 The Ticket. George D. John Train Station Fitness Show. Laura Lewis is with me right now. You can go to lauralewis.com. She has a book, 52 Ways to a Healthy You, and I'm sure this is in there. She's also on Varia TV, VERIA, Varia.com. You can check her out, some of her shows on there. So Laura says that she's got what it takes for a man to get her female back into bed. Or his female back.
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you, we were talking during the break about women are stressed, they're being moms, they're working, whatever. You know what? As a guy, if you walked in and you just had her sit down and you prepared dinner, you went and did the laundry, you listened to her, honey, chill out. Let me do something for you. Do that occasionally, you're going to get her attention. I'm so serious. Let me tell you something.
Instead of holidays and anniversaries, how many times have you heard a guy say, oh, it's my birthday, it's going to be my lucky night? Why is it that a girl has to feel like she has to perform on a specific day or night? And I agree with you. Do something for your significant other.
Yeah.
I do not believe in Valentine's Day. It's the biggest BS holiday going. I don't even want to call it a holiday.
Why?
It's a disgrace.
Why?
It's a Hallmark day.
I know it's a Hallmark.
If you're not doing something
created.
significant, something nice for your significant other every single day, then you need that holiday.
You know, one of the sweetest things I experienced recently was somebody said, "Don't get up. I'm going to bring you your grapefruit juice." Well, all right. And just that something simple?
Simple.
Are you kidding
small
me?
Every day.
It's so nice.
So what I want to say now, if you did listen to the last part of the show, obviously you heard us with great passion in our voices, and we had some of our own personal...
Too much, George.
Personal ideas of what we thought make a relationship work and what makes it fail.
Yeah.
But also we had some other, some email I got during the week about what guys are thinking and what they feel strongly about.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want to say with that is, if you're a person who is upset about some of the information that was divulged today about how men think or women think, if it really bothered you, then it's important for you to reflect on why that bothered you. Because oftentimes if someone, Laura, you're a good-looking girl. If I said you're ugly and that really bothered you, that may be because of in your past you had someone else close to you say that to you, and now it's something that's stuck with you for many years. Or if there was truth to it. If you weighed 30 pounds extra and I said, Laura, you're fat, if I were to, and I would never say that, but if I did, and it really bothered you, it might bother you because there's truth to it. Okay? So if there's truth in what we're saying, it often bothers people.
Yeah.
And that's what's unfortunate unless you make those changes.
I think the point really is, life is too short, George.
It's about, like Michael Dell used to say when I trained him, George, it's about compromise. Let's do it my way.
I don't know. Life is just too short.
Did you just miss that?
Yes, I did. What did you say again? Say it again.
Yeah.
Life is about compromise.
Forget
Do it my way. Forget
it. You got it?
I
Thank
got
you.
it.
Producers, board op, everybody got it. Ticket
blocked
ticker
it out.
guy.
I blocked it out.
Typical girl, you blocked it out. We're trying to talk to you and tell you important things, and you block it out.
I'm sorry.
All right, so last thing is there truth, Laura,
Yeah.
that when women get older, they become like a man who was 20 in their sexual peak and drive?
It seems to be a trend with that, and I believe, and what I've read, and there's varying opinions in this with sex therapists and research that says, well, yeah, it looks like that women become a little bit more into it later on in their lives, but it also is correlated with an increase in self-confidence.
I was going to say less inhibition. You're more experienced. You've had more hair pulling.
Less drama.
You want more of it. What?
Less drama. Less drama.
You want more of it. You liked it. It's not that it's less drama. I think women just are at that point where they're not so insecure. Like you said, it's part of maturing, and they're less inhibited.
And George, I got to tell you, it's amazing to me the number of younger men that I have been attracting as I get older, and it's very flattering. It's very, very flattering, and but I think it's because as we get older, we take care of ourselves. We can kind of
exude sex when you walk in a room.
No, come on. We give off this energy of confidence. How about that?
But you know what's sexy to a woman and a man?
Is confidence.
You exude sex when you walk in a room. Confidence.
That sounds kind of crass, but when you say exude sex, but I think exude.
I don't mean it in a slutty way. I'm being serious.
Good. Because as a female,
I mean it in a very positive way.
Very nice.
I don't
sensuality.
Mean to, yeah, sensual way.
Sensuality. That's nice. That's nice.
It's nice.
Okay.
Same word. It's got more syllables and more letters.
She exudes sex, but
she exudes when you're confident. How many times have we seen an ugly guy with a great looking girl? It's not always about money. Sometimes it's about how he's got game, how he can talk, how he feels about himself, and that is. Well, we don't know his heart yet. Right away, it's that the attractor factor is confidence.
I don't know. I kind of like that connection, authenticity, looking me in the eyes, occasional flowers, light touch.
She's dating Clay Aiken, Rick. You know that?
Well, that's a sham then.
Yeah.
Am I on?
No, your mic's not on. Now
right.
I think.
It smells like yeah, that's what Laura
not
said.
us. It's.
She had the door open, and I said, it smells like
food.
food. She said, no, it smells like man.
I just got here.
She said, it smells like man.
Why is there a can of Lysol in this room?
Not too early for her.
Seriously.
How the hell these guys spend 4 hours in this room doing a show during the week?
It does.
Well, that's why they love doing remotes. Everybody else gets to experience them.
So I heard in the beginning you're talking about Tiger, and overseas he's thought of differently. When all this stuff came out about him, he was immediately deemed a hero in China. Because in China, mistresses are a good
sign of wealth.
Yep.
And prosperity.
Good thing. So his numbers went up, his apparel